Hey you guys, how are you? Thanks for having me on today. Today I'm going to be talking about how to maintain a healthy body with a breakfast shake, and I'm going to go into other things too. I'm going to talk about weight loss, I'm going to talk about my journey. A couple years ago I was 30 pounds heavier, well 25 pounds heavier, and how I've been able to keep it off and some things like that, some things about diet. First and foremost, I want to say I am not, hey Kylie, thanks for jumping on. I am not a doctor. In fact, the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna encourage you to go seek out a nutritionist. Go find someone who can help you figure out what your body wants, what kind of foods your body wants and doesn't want. Super important to know. I think everyone should know that, because otherwise it's just a guessing game, right? So anyway, I am not a doctor. I'm not here to treat, diagnose, cure anything. I'm just gonna tell you my experience. I used to be a financial planner. Hey, Charla. I mean, I would have like zero background in health except for my own personal experience. So that's what I'm gonna share today. And then we're gonna talk about how to make delicious shakes for breakfast. So my background is several years ago when we went on the Alaska cruise. If you were on that cruise, put a 1 in the comments if you were there. It was so fun. There was an opportunity to sit with this naturopath and have her do a Zytoscan. And I thought that was super interesting, so I met with her. I was sluggish, tired, overweight, but it was kind of a slippery slope for me. Hey Christina, hey Erica. It was kind of a slippery slope for me as far as like letting that happen. You know how weight just kind of tends to come on, and you know, it's kind of gradual at first, then you kind of look at the scale one day and go, whoa, never seen that number before. Anyway, that's kind of where I was at then. And she told me that I was overweight, that I had leaky gut, or at least I was on the way to it. And obviously I knew I had brain fog. I had to take naps every day. And she told me what I needed to do was start on an elimination diet. And I was like, well, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, you need to cut out gluten, dairy, peanuts, eggs, corn, soy, sugar, and artificial sweeteners. And I'm like, what else is there? Like, I didn't like that. At the time, my brain was so, but it was an interesting thing, because on that same cruise, if you were on that cruise, with the Alaska cruise with Mary and everybody, Mary gave a talk, and it was on like how to be healthy. If you remember this talk, it was in that big conference room. And she said the first thing you knew to be healthy, and I thought for sure she was gonna start out with essential oils, because I was so healthy I was using essential oils. The first thing she said was eat good food. And, you know, fruits and vegetables mostly. And I was like, I thought she was gonna say oils to be healthy. And no, she started out with food. You have to eat the right food. So I'm very excited to be talking about this today, because I think I've kind of figured it out as far as food and what to eat. And really, it was a personal journey for me. So next after that, I went to go see a nutritionist. And so that was maybe a year after the Alaska cruise. I went to go see a nutritionist, and he tested me for pretty much every food that there is, every different kind of nuts and grains and everything, every kind of like meat and everything. And he told me same thing the naturopath had told me before. He told me, it wasn't even him, it was so much his machine told me, my body does not like gluten, no bread, no dairy, no peanuts, no eggs, no corn, no soy, no sugar. And I was like, well, what else is there? And he's like, oh, a wide variety of fruits and vegetables, and a little bit of meat and some nuts and olive oil. I'm like, okay, they're all telling me the same thing. But still, I didn't really do anything. I didn't really change anything. And then what happened was 2020, right? We all got locked in our houses for endless amounts of time. And my parents came to visit me, and they looked really different. I hadn't seen them because we all were in quarantine for months. So it had been like several months since I'd seen them, and they looked really good. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And they had gone on a like a calorie deficit diet. And I thought, well, and I saw this cartoon somewhere at the time. It says you're gonna come out of quarantine in one of two ways. Really overweight, or like looking really buff, you know, because how are you going to spend this time that we're all locked in our houses? Are you going to be working out, or are you going to be sitting on the couch eating potato chips? And I thought about that, and I thought about how good my parents looked, and I thought, I want to be like them. And so I started on a low calorie diet. I drank a lot of water. I was exercising every single day. We were all locked in our houses, right? What else did we have to do besides, you know, paint and watch TV? So I went on that journey, and that's how I lost. I lost about 30 pounds at the time. I put back on 5, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the extra 5. and I've managed to keep it off. But then after I did that calorie deficit diet, I didn't want to live that way forever. I didn't want to be on a diet forever where I was eating this low calorie food all the time. I wanted to find a way that I could eat real food and maintain a healthy weight. So I thought about what they said. I thought about, what all those nutritionists and doctors had said, that eating fruits and vegetables and a little bit of meat, a little bit of nuts, and staying away from these, and they're called trigger foods: gluten, dairy, peanuts, eggs, corn, soy, sugar, and artificial sweeteners. And I'm not saying everybody should be off of them. I don't think that, actually. I think that people should go see someone who can test them for these foods. Go see a doctor who can test them, or a nutritionist or a naturopath, and see which ones work for you. If you're in San Diego and you want the guy I went to, I can give you his name. But I think, because I took my son over there, and he's actually fine with grains. He's fine with peanuts. So, it's like people are different. People are absolutely different. But these 7 foods I found are trigger foods. So several months ago, I was listening to Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing, and I saw Eric Worre. He talked about his health journey, and he said that's been his kind of life's journey. That's the thing that's been really tough for him, is keeping a healthy weight. And he talked about his nutritionist, JJ Virgin, and it was funny because I'm like, I think I have her cookbook, and I bought this cookbook during quarantine, the Virgin Diet Cookbook, and but I hadn't read it. So I picked it up after I watched Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing with Eric Worre, and I saw her speak again, and it was the same thing, the Illumination Diet. She calls it the Virgin Diet because that's her name, but it's really the Illumination Diet. No gluten, no sugar, no dairy, no corn, no soy, no artificial sweeteners, no peanuts. I hope I got them all. So, and those, when you eat that way, it's avoiding food intolerances, it's avoiding food allergies, and anything that leads to inflammation. If you've listened to a lot of Gary's talks, he says a lot of things about how inflammation is like your number one enemy. How can you avoid inflammation in your body? Because it leads to all hosts of disease and illness and pain. So how can you eat to avoid inflammation? And some of the best things you can eat to avoid inflammation are fruits and vegetables, right? This we know. So, and staying away from these trigger foods. So, let's see, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of going through my notes. And one of the things that JJ Virgin said to do every morning is to start your morning with a shake or a smoothie, whatever, same thing. So she says it's one of the best ways to do that is so she has a recipe that's in this book, and it's so funny because she said it on the video I watched of her, and she says, first thing you need to do, and this was right before our convention that I watched this, she says, first thing you need to do is find an excellent vegan protein powder. So when I saw Power Meal released, I'm like, what's more excellent than our products and Power Meal? And I can't tell you enough how much I love our new Power Meal. It tastes so good. It goes great in everything. I'll make it in fruit shakes. I'll make it in chocolate shakes. I'll talk more about that in a second. But anyway, she talks about finding a high protein Power Meal that's vegan. And then she talked about getting a fiber blend. Now, it was funny. So this is our great fiber blend. When I was at convention, I saw Karen Malone. If you know Karen Malone, she is amazing. I love her. She's a diamond leader, and she was running around that room, and she told me before how she had changed her whole life and changed her diet and everything. But she was running around convention like she was, a kid. And I'm like, Karen, and she's like, yeah, I'm turning 65 this year, and I have 5 great grandchildren. I said, Karen, how is it that you are turning 65, have 5 great grandchildren, and you're running around this place like a kid? You look like a kid. Well, she looks like she's like in her 40s. If you see her skin and her face, she looks like she's in her 40s, and she's 65. I'm like, so many people at your age have just started to check out, slow down, and you are like on the other side of that. And she told me several things, but I'll tell you 2 of her top 2, which was Ninja Red and Juva Power. So she said Juva Power every day, 2 tablespoons every day. So when I saw on JJ Virgin's thing that you have to have a great fiber blend, it says right on the front here, Advanced Phytonutrient Fiber Supplement. So I'll talk about fiber more in a minute, but you want to have a great fiber blend. And then I heard Gary talk about Juva Power, because it helps to cleanse the liver which is where we store a lot of toxic emotions. So if you want to lighten your load in general, this helps to do all kinds of things, clean out your liver, but it also helps to like clean it out emotionally too. So JuvaPower. And then I heard Bethany Shipley talk about it too in a talk recently, how she uses it for weight loss. I'll talk about that again later. So that's your fiber blend. Then you want 1 to 2 scoops of chia or flax seeds. According to JJ Virgin, our Power Meal already has flax seeds. So, you know, you can add some more if you want, or chia seeds. Those are just power foods. And then she says to put in 8 to 10 ounces of unsweetened organic nut or coconut milk. My favorite is macadamia milk because it's the most creamy nut milk that I found. If you haven't tried it and you love like regular cow's milk but don't want to eat regular cow's milk because of what it does, like inflammation that it causes in the body, check out macadamia nut milk. But you can also use you know, almond milk or all the different nut milks that are out there, or coconut milk. That's another good one. And then the last thing, and I'll make a sheet, or I'll put a little thing in here with this recipe for a shake. But the last thing you want is some low sugar frozen fruit or vegetables in your shake. I also add Ninja Greens because of all the good things. And I add, not always, sometimes I drink it separately, but Ninja Red, you know, because all the Ninja Red we can get into our lives, the better. So let me talk about Power Meal for another minute here, tell you what's so great about it. There's 20 grams of plant-based protein in here. There's 2 scoops equals 11 fruits and vegetable servings. There's amino acids. You get 17 essential vitamins and minerals. There's no rice or gluten in here. Instead, it's peas, pumpkins, flax, and sunflower seeds, and an enzyme blend for healthy digestion. So it's just, if you read the ingredients, I sent both my dads, my stepdad and my actual dad, my biological dad, Power Meal for Father's Day. So it's just such a great gift. Such a great thing to take every day. The second thing, Ninja Greens. Why do I love this product? Because the real reason is because I know that I'm not getting in all the good greens in my diet that I should be. Even if I was eating like tons and tons of green vegetables all the time, I'm not eating things like algae and spirulina and all the things that you're gonna get in here that you wouldn't get, you know, just by eating a normal salad. So I know that Ninja Greens is such a good product, and I've been looking for one. I've been looking at other brands, but I tend to not trust other brands because I don't trust them the way I trust Young Living, because I know that they always give us the best stuff. So this is 2 to 3 servings of fruits and vegetables. It has antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, 60 plus veggies, fruits and herbs and algae and mushrooms are in here. So you're getting all kinds of things. I know some people are allergic, like you might be allergic to carrots, and there's carrots in here. So if you do have an allergy, you might want to test yourself for this, but I love it. I absolutely love Ninja Greens and Power Meal. Okay, back to the fiber blend. So back to JuvaPower. I already talked about Karen Malone and Bethany Shipley and Gary Young and how they love this, but what does fiber do? Why fiber? What's so great about fiber? One, it's kind of a weight loss hack because it fills you up. You know, if you're taking this, I mix it into my smoothie, you might think, oh, doesn't it make it taste bad? I thought it might. I seriously thought it might, and I would totally tell you the truth, but I'm telling you to try JuvaPower in a smoothie with your Power Meal and with your Ninja Greens, because it doesn't change the taste. It actually tastes just fine. But you can also just like later put it on your dinner, sprinkle it on top of your dinner. But what does fiber do? It helps you to feel full longer. So it's kind of a weight loss thing there. It helps to push fat through digestion faster, so the fat doesn't stick to your body that you eat, and it feeds good bacteria and creates a healthy immune system. So check out fiber, check out JuvaPower. Gary created this for us, and it's just, you know, 2 tablespoons every day. If it's kind of been in maybe you have it and it's kind of in the back of your thing. I have a smoothie station in my kitchen because I like to make smoothies every morning. I've got 2 different blenders in case one of them's dirty. And anyway, so I've got my Power Meal, my Ninja Greens. I like Balance Complete too. I've got JuvaPower. So having all my stuff there, I can make my smoothie right there. So healthy liver function, antioxidants. Okay, and last but not least, I'm not going to talk about Ninja Red that much because we could have a whole class on Ninja Red, but this is my #1 favorite product. Let's just say that. It's my #1 favorite product. My whole family drinks it. We run out all the time because everyone drinks it so fast. We're always buying more. Anyway, can't say enough about Ninja Red. I love it to pieces. And then, so what fruits and vegetables should you be putting in your shake to make it good, right? Good question. One of the things that I do, and this is just a hack for me, is I get these. They're called Daily Harvest. It's just a serving of fruits and vegetables. You can see right there, it's got different ones. And they've got a bunch of different ones. It's not a network marketing company, it's just a regular company. I'm not gonna talk too much about it but I just dump one of these into the blender with my other ingredients and some nut milk, and I'm good to go. Because I don't like to have to figure out what tastes good. But if you do wanna create your own, some of the best things you can put in a shake, which is low glycemic. You're looking for low sugar, low glycemic, because you don't want to have big spikes in your blood sugar. Avocados, berries, cherries, grapefruit, guavas, lemons, limes, coconut, cauliflower. So there's vegetables too that actually don't taste that bad in shakes. Cauliflower, kale or spinach, cucumbers, zucchini, and yams. So I can put these in a little chart later. For medium sugar stuff, apples, apricots, kiwi, cantaloupe, and this is from JJ Virgin actually, she says this, nectarines, oranges, peaches, pears, plums, and then high sugar things, sugar bombs. I call these fruits sugar bombs because I know that they just spike my blood sugar, and I should not probably put in a shake, but they're super common to put in shakes, is bananas. My brother told me, he's like, Jess, they're just big sugar bombs. And I know some people can eat them, no problem, but for me, my body does not want them. Bananas, grapes, mangoes, which I love mangoes, papaya, pineapple, and watermelon. So these are the high glycemic, high sugar fruits that you might want to avoid if you're trying to stay away from sugar. So how do you know a shake is right for you for breakfast in the morning? Number one, it's easy. You go downstairs, you know what you're gonna eat. You know, it's not a guessing game of I'm gonna make toast today or eggs today, or, you know, it's just, and you know when you're eating a shake that you're eating something that's on the elimination diet that's not gonna trigger you in any way, especially if you find out what fruits and vegetables work for you and you're eating those fruits and vegetables in your shake. But so it's just an easy button, especially if you create a little smoothie station in your kitchen and you just go down there every morning and you make yourself a shake. These Daily Harvests, you know, all-in-ones just make it super easy for me. So you're getting in another reason to do a shake every morning is, you know, you're getting in all your healthy vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, fruits, veggies, protein. You're getting in all that good stuff right in the morning. So it's like one of the best breakfasts you can have because you're getting all that good stuff. So you also know it's good for you if you're feeling satisfied. If after you're eating your shake, if you're feeling really good, then you know it's something that, you know, that doesn't slow you down, doesn't make you want to go take a nap. And you're like, okay, now I got my energy, now I can go. Helping you maintain a healthy weight. Eating this like for breakfast is a very easy way. One of the tricks I've learned to keep my weight down, keep it manageable, is start my day with a smoothie or a shake. And last, does it taste good? Of course you want to have something that tastes good, right? And I know if I make a smoothie that's delicious, that it's going to taste good and I'm going to feel good about it. It's not like I'm depriving myself of something. I can eat tons of my favorite foods. I can get a wide variety of foods and all those things. So last but not least, I'll just say if you're interested in learning more about what you should eat specifically, go seek out a naturopath or a nutritionist. You can go get an advanced Zytoscan. That's initially what I got, that she told me I needed to start on an elimination diet. You can check out bodytype.com. That's Dr. Carolyn Mine, who wrote the Blue Releasing Emotions with Essential Oils book. She has a program where she helps you to figure out what body type you are and then what foods you should and shouldn't be eating. And that was helpful to me, especially because it was the same thing that the nutritionist told me. It was the same thing that the naturopath told me. It was all the same things. And then I also did everlywell.com. That's more of a blood test that you send in, and they'll tell you what fruits and vegetables you should eat specifically. And then I studied also Eat Right for Your Blood Type. And like I said, it was all the same information for me. It might not be the same for you. You might get different results from these different things, but it was super helpful for me. So that's it. Thanks you guys for watching. That's my story. It's made me feel so much better. It gives me energy in the morning. I don't have to take naps anymore. I was a full-on napper every day, and now I don't really even think about naps, except for maybe Sundays. Sometimes I'll take a nap in the afternoon, but it helped me to keep my weight down. It's helped me to feel good and being able to run around and chase after my kids. So if you're thinking about this, give it a try and let me know how it works out for you. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.